Hello everyone, Muck Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire IV here, and this is a guide aimed at showing you how to craft the Aetheric Anchor, which gives you both a legendary staff and spear in Visions of Eternity. Let's get started. First off, why would you want legendary gear? Legendary gear has the same stats as Ascended gear. This means if you have a piece of Ascended gear with power, precision, and ferocity on it, and a legendary gear with those same three stats, the numbers will be the same. However, the legendary gear can swap to other stats at any time you are out of combat. This means that you can use that legendary you own or aim to own, and it can always have the desired stats on every character you have. Additionally, when you replace a rune or sigil on a legendary, the old one pops off instead of getting deleted, which saves time on using extractors. Another reason you might want it is if you think it looks good. The final reason that you might craft this thing is to sell it. It is a large project that, once completed, can be sold for thousands of gold. Here is the price of the anchor at the time of this video's recording. Crafting requirements. You will need 500 gold and 600,000 karma minimum for purchasing required items from vendors for this project. More gold can be used to speed through some other steps that you wish to skip, but this is the minimum. Note, you don't need this to start this project, just to finish it. If you have already made the legendary rebreather, or perhaps other projects that use these same materials, that may increase the price, as some of these are achievement rewards that are free the first time you receive them, but getting additional copies of them from merchants has a fee. You will need 100 Mystic Clovers. These can be obtained from the Wizard Vault, Fractals, Raids, Strikes, PvP, World v World Crafting, etc. Start saving these up. This is a lot of clovers, but remember you're getting 2 legendary weapons for this. You will need a way to get unusual coins and map currencies. The Castoran Intuition Mastery and the Wild Castoran Magic Masteries make this much easier. You will need to finish Path of Divinity, which is Chapter 8 of Visions of Eternity. With that band-aid ripped off, let's jump into it. This is the Guild Wars 2 wiki page for the Aetheric Anchor, which has our shopping list. First, let's get the Gift of the Survivors and Gift of the People. I'm going to go over these as a pair, as they are mirrors of each other, with Survivors focused on Shipwreck Strand and the People focused on Starlit Weald. These two gifts were also involved in the other legendary projects, so they may be familiar to some of you. Skip ahead if you don't need this part. For both of these, you need 500 of that zone's currency. That's Aether-rich sap from Strand and antiquated ducat from the Weald. Both of these can be exchanged at a 5-to-1 ratio with the other currency for that zone. So, for example, 5 Aether-rich sap can be exchanged for 1 chromatic sap at heart vendors and vice versa. 5 antiquated ducat can be exchanged for a raw enchanting stone at a heart vendor and vice versa. You will need to do map completion of both zones. This is straightforward and will get you the Gifts of Shipwreck Strand Exploration and the Gift of Starlit Weald Exploration. These are purchasable from vendors after having done it once. The reason for this is these are also used for other legendary projects. Next is the Survivor's Enchanted Compass and the Seer Wreath of Service. These are from the Shipwreck Strand Mastery and the Starlit Weald Mastery achievements. Basically, each of the 2 zones has a mastery with a lot of achievements on a list. Do any 36 of these to get these items. This will also help you get the map currencies at the same time. Remember, for this step, you do not have to do them all. So if there are some you greatly dislike doing, skip them and do others. Lastly, for this section are the Concentrated Chromatic Sap, bought from Tyrian Alliance representative Sharp Whisker in Shipwreck Strand, and the Patron of the Magic Arts Plaque, bought from Huntmaster Arnor in Starlit Weald. To purchase these last 2 items, you will need a total of 500 gold, 600,000 karma, 500 chromatic sap, and 500 raw enchanting stones. The sap and the stones are obtained in the same way, just in their 2 separate zones. Let's go over how you can get these 2 piles of currency. Number 1, events reward the small currency, which can be traded for these in a 5-to-1 ratio as earlier mentioned. Number 2, with the Resourcefulness Mastery and the Castoran Survivalist line, go gathering. You will randomly get these items while gathering any resource in Castora. This appears to go even faster when using magic find boosts such as Item Booster and Black Lion Booster. If you have Wild Castoran Magic Masteries, you can use the Magic Mirrors. These are scattered throughout the zones. After using one, you play a minigame where you clear the markers with 3 shots or less. The dark markers explode, hitting an area. Afterwards, a chest spawns next to you. once per day per mirror. This also charges you with ethereal key charges. You can use the charges to unlock other chests nearby that are revealed after having used the mirror. Here are maps of the two zones, and their current known mirrors and connected chest locations. Credit to FFFAM on Reddit for making these. It is possible the community may find more in the future. So, once per day, you can make a lap around the zone, hitting mirror, then its chest, then a mirror, then its chest, repeating, and get a lot of the zone currencies, unusual coins, and other loot. Method number 4, meta events. Each of the two meta events gives a Hero's Choice chest. Each Hero's Choice chest gives you your choice of 25 of one of those two currencies. Number 5, using the Castoran Intuition Mastery under Skimmer Adaptation, you can use Ether Location to begin pinging and looking for nearby treasure. With this active, travel over water areas and grab any chests that spawn. These will get you more of these map currencies as well as unusual coins. Number 6, reward tracks in PvP and World v World both. Once you have 500 of the chromatic sap and raw enchanting stones, as well as the earlier mentioned gold and karma, you'll be able to purchase the concentrated chromatic sap and the patron of the magic arts plaque. Then you can go to Castaway Agnes, the heart vendor in Shipwreck Strand, Hullgarden, to purchase the gift of the survivors. Afterwards, go to Knock at his pub in Shipwreck Strand to purchase Gift of the People. Next, let's turn our attention here. Gift of the Tides is rewarded for your first playthrough of Visions of Eternity, Story Step, Path of Divinity. If you already used your free Gift of the Tides, you can buy additional ones from heart vendors. A Bloodstone Shard purchased from Mystic Forge merchants for spirit shards. Gift of Research, purchased with 250 thermocatalytic reagents, sold by trade merchants, 500 hydrocatalytic reagents, sold by the same merchants but for research notes instead of money, and 250 exotic luck. I have a video that I will link in the description showing a way of getting research notes fast if you need it. For the exotic lucks, you can salvage anything, including ectos if you're in a rush, and save the luck that you get. A level 1 artificer character can merge piles of luck all the way up until the exotic rarity, so just merge it all together until you get enough. Once you get all the reagents and the luck, combine them in the Mystic Forge to make your Gift of Research. Gift of Glory, sold by Mystic Forge merchants in exchange for Shards of Glory. Shards of Glory can be bought on the trading post if you need them or earned in PvP. Gift of Battle. This is earned from the Gift of Battle reward track in World v World. This is the only way to obtain this at the time of this recording. Gift of War, sold by Mystic Forge merchants in exchange for 250 Memories of Battle. These can be earned in World v World or bought from the trading post. I recommend not buying these until after you earned the Gift of Battle, as you will earn some while working on that. Cube of Stabilized Dark Energy, crafted by any of these trade skills or Lear in Soto, or Ward Crafter Lucere in Janthier. The last two will charge more. You will need 75 stabilizing matrices from fractals or bought on the trading post, and 1 ball of dark energy. The ball comes from salvaging ascended equipment. Once you have the cube, combine it with the Gift of War, Battle, and Glory to make a Gift of the Mists in the Mystic Forge. Then take the Gift of the Mists, Gift of Research, Bloodstone Shard, and Gift of the Tides to Major Emund in Starlit Weald to purchase Gift of the Elders. We now have 3 of the 4 major items to make the Aetheric Anchor, but the last one is a doozy. You will need 100 Mystic Clovers. As mentioned before, these can be obtained from the Wizard Vault, Fractals, Raids, Strikes, PvP, World v World, Crafting, etc. 55 Amalgamated Draconic Lodestones. This is a costly step. These drop randomly from Dragonstorm and the Drakkar meta events, as well as a few other assorted reward boxes in the game. They can also be crafted, so you should check your material storage and see if you have most or all of the materials to make some. Finally, they are tradable, so you can always farm gold in your preferred method and then buy them at the trading post. Next, you will need 4 Gifts of Condensed Might and 4 Gifts of Condensed Magic. Gifts of Condensed Might are made by combining Gifts of Fangs, Scales, Claws, and Bones in the Mystic Forge, while Gifts of Condensed Magic are made by combining Gifts of Blood, Venom, Totems, and Dust in the Mystic Forge. Those individual gifts can be made by Artificers, Huntsmen, or Weaponsmiths, or, for an increased cost, Lear in the Wizard's Tower or Wardcrafter Lucere in the Lowland Shore. This is quite simply a lot of fangs, scales, claws, bones, blood, venom, totems, and dust. You may have some of this yourself in your material storage already, or you can purchase what you're missing off the trading post. Once you get everything together, do not do this combine in the Mystic Forge, because it will work and it would give you the wrong thing. This recipe would get you a gift of Draconic Tribute, which is not what you want. Take the Mystic Clovers, the Amalgamated Draconic Lodestones, and the Gift of Might and Magic to Magister Cirque in Starlit Weald to buy the Gift of Insight. Finally, combine the Gift of Insight, the Gift of the Elders, the Gift of the People, and the Gift of the Survivors in the Mystic Forge to create an Aetheric Anchor. Congratulations! Now you can choose to bind it to yourself to unlock the legendary staff and spear for every character on your account, or sell it for a tidy profit. A reminder that I have links to all of the steps in the description below. Use them if you need more details. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions or if you know any tips and tricks that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube who keep this channel alive. If you're interested in becoming one and getting more videos and perks, there's a link to that in the description. Shilling complete, thanks for listening, and happy crafting.